Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today's reaction is going to be on Seraphine, the Starry-Eyed Songstress. All right, just to give you an idea of how my reactions work, we usually go through the biography and story first, then we move on to the gameplay, any cinematics that they might have, and then we move on to the skins, and then we finally take a look at the voice lines and special interactions at the end of the video. So Seraphine, okay, what I know about Seraphine, I believe, I know she gets her powers from like singing, I believe. She's like a popular like music artist actually in the world of Runeterra. I forget who it was, but there's somebody that's a fan of her. There's probably multiple people that's a fan of Seraphine, but there's a specific champion that I've reacted to already that is a fan of her. Maybe it was Renata Glask, or was it Akali? I don't actually remember now. Anyways, the other thing I know about Seraphine is that she was introduced, I believe, in the KDA music video. Like, she introduced as a champion. I don't know if there was a tease, you know, leading up to her release or anything like that, but I know she did like debut herself in a KDA song. I'm blanking on what the song was, but it's actually like my favorite KDA song. I'm blanking on it. I don't know how. Other than that, I think the other thing I remember about her is that on the Necrit video for like power levels of all the champions lore wise, I think Seraphine was like at the bottom or something. She's really not very strong compared to a lot of the other champions lore wise. And then she also has some songs, right? I think so. In the comments, you guys have told me to react to some of her music videos as well that she has. So we're going to do that in this reaction today. All right, let's take a look at the biography finally. So the quote just says, "This one's for you. Role is mage, region is Piltover." I believe I could just kind of tell, I figured, right? And related champions is Skarner. Now I know Skarner's getting is actually the next champion getting reworked right now as a recording. Very random when it comes to related champions over here. Okay, and then the biography for her says, born in Piltover to Zaunite parents, Seraphine can hear the souls of others. Oh, Zaunite parents. The world sings to her and she sings back. Though these sounds overwhelmed her in her youth, she now draws on them for inspiration, turning the chaos into a symphony. She performs for the sister cities to remind their citizens that they are not alone, that they are stronger together, and that in her eyes, their potential is limitless. Okay, so we're doing a very opposite of what we just reacted to, was kind of like a villainous champion. Now we're doing a very much like heroic, lighthearted champion, as you can tell. Again, gorgeous artwork as usual by the Riot and League of Legends team. This is a really cool design for a champion. In Piltover, where anyone's dream can become everyone's progress, a star is born. As a child, Seraphine always loved music, especially her father's lullabies. The songs were beautiful but sad. He brought them up to Piltover as he and Seraphine's mother, two lifelong Zaunites, sought a better life in the City of Progress. Leaning out the window of their Hexacoustics workshop, where broken sound tech was made to play again, Seraphine sang along with the streets, the shanties of the Sungates, the whistling of apprentices, even the melody of conversation. In a bustling city like Piltover, she was never alone. So her life is very much like music, just everything music. Over time, Seraphine realized she could sense songs too private, too personal for any ordinary person to hear. As she grew, so did the intensity of her gifts. She heard every person's soul, loving or cruel, turning the streets she'd once loved into an overwhelming cacophony of conflicting desires. How could she make sense of the voices if none of them harmonized? Some days she hid shivering in a corner, hands over her ears, unable to hear herself above the chaos. So this is very much like, X-Men is coming to mind with Professor X. When he was first getting his powers, he could hear like everybody's thoughts around him and he couldn't control it. That's what I'm getting reminded of, except in this case, it's like music and people's personal songs, I guess. Seraphine's parents had left everything behind so she could be born in Piltover. They couldn't bear seeing her struggle. Scraping together their savings to purchase a shard of a rare Hextech crystal, they crafted a device that dampened her magical hearing. For the first time in years, there was silence. Oh, interesting. Wow, these are good parents, number one, doing everything they can for their daughter. Number two, so she got a device that's, again, very much like Professor X. He got like a dampening device, I believe, to prevent, he would take injections to like not hear people around him anymore, but he ended up losing his powers for it. Within that quiet, though, Seraphine heard something. Someone. The crystal had a consciousness born of Brackern blood. The crystal? Though hard to hear and harder to comprehend, the voice was kind. In a hymn of distant deserts and ancient conflicts of ancestors, 1,000 years of history sang in unison. Seraphine, awed, asked for guidance. Overwhelmed by the yearnings around her, she worried she may have no song of her own. What if she was merely the voices of others? We are all forged through others' voices, the presence sang back. Who's talking to her in this crystal? And slowly she learned to manage the noise. The voice rarely spoke clearly, but Seraphine felt its influence as it helped her understand how to resonate with a crowd, to sing with them, using her dampener less each day. The first time she performed in front of an audience testing her skills, she was nervous beyond words, but she kept singing and the crowd swelled. Soon, the biggest venues in Piltover had Seraphine's fans spilling into the streets. Still, something was missing in the crowds and in herself. She resolved to seek perspective in the city her parents had worked so hard to leave, Zaun. Okay, so she's going back to Zaun. The first time she rode the clanging lift down, Seraphine felt somehow at home, but still a stranger. In Zaun, she heard refrains of resilience and ambition, much like above, yet with a thrum of freedom that was all their own. But as she spent more time below, she also sensed pain. Fear of the Cambarans who controlled every opportunity, hatred of the spoiled, arrogant Pilties above. Never heard them called Pilties before. There was so much discord. She began to perform and listen to these new crowds, their hearts singing their struggles. The two cities were divided by more than simple misunderstanding. She wanted to mend, to unite, but she kept hearing the same refrain. It's not that simple in Zaun. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of like the Piltover Zaun dynamic here. This is kind of cool. Eventually, Piltover started to feel less like home. Her Hextech crystal had sung an elegy of what hatred left unchecked could accomplish. Seraphine couldn't let that happen to the cities she loved. Persuading her parents to help, she dismantled her dampener, and together they gave the crystal a new home and its opposite, a platform that would amplify her gifts, not repress them, allowing her to hear others all in all their complexity. Seraphine hoped the crystal's voice would be among them. She rode this platform down as a stage of sorts, stepping out into the entresol between Piltover and Zaun. As the crowds gathered and the lights dazzled, she heard citizens from both worlds mingled together to hear her. I have questions, but we'll finish. There's only a little bit left here. This was a new song, not just understanding, unity. It wasn't perfect, it might never be, but her voice mattered, and so Seraphine realized maybe she could help others find their voice too. Seraphine has become the premier star in both Piltover and Zaun. Empowered by her gifts and her Hextech, she amplifies the voices of all with a fresh force of optimism, because to her, everyone deserves to be heard, especially those who are struggling. They inspire her, and she will do her best to inspire them in return. Okay, so now we have going from, so I just reacted to Kiana in my previous video. Now we're going from the most arrogant champion in the world to the most wholesome and just to the most wholesome champion in all of League of Legends, I feel like. So I have a few things I want to note here, or I have questions about. Number one is the crystal. So who is this voice that we're hearing from the crystal? Now, is Skarner, I know nothing about Skarner, but except for maybe that Skarner's made of like crystals. Is this maybe coming from Skarner? But they might be totally reworking Skarner's like biography and story and stuff with the rework, or I don't know if it's just like an update to Skarner. I have no idea anything about this crystal, so maybe we'll learn more about it in the story. I don't know. My other thing is I love I love that she's really trying to bring the two cities together. You know, of course, anytime we're getting lore with Piltover and Zaun, I immediately go to Arcane. But, well, I guess Arcane is technically canon now, right? According to what came out recently from League of Legends, saying they're going to keep everything in one world, no more multiverses, and that Arcane is canon. So I'm wondering if Seraphine will ever show up in the show. She doesn't seem like somebody that would really, maybe she'd have like a cameo or something, but I don't really see Seraphine being like a major plot or a major part of Arcane. But, you know, again, anytime we get Piltover and Zaun in our stories and our lore, I always want to see what possibilities there are for them to be in the show. And I'm also curious what this crystal, like we turned it from a dampener to something that's actually like doing the opposite, and it's now like a platform. So I'm wondering how she's doing that. And I guess, is this actually part of her gameplay abilities and things like that? I'll have to see what her actual gameplay is like, you know? Okay, let's do the story now. The story's called Standing Room Only. Oh, I love this artwork of Piltover. And she's like sitting on the ledge here. You can see Zaun below, and she's got like a somber, sad face. Interesting. Or is she looking at Zaun? Is she sad because there's no like unity between the two cities? Zaun and Piltover sing to one another. The refrains are full of old wounds and injustice and pain. I think it's just me that can hear it, but we all feel it, a hum at the back of everyday life, pushing both Zaunites and Piltovans into strident discord. I know they can sing together. I've heard it, scraps of it, once in a while, little chords that make my heart ache with possibility, and once a beautiful crushing tidal wave of harmony and hope. It was the same moment I heard my Hextech crystal for the first time. The voice sang 1,000 hymns at once. Each of them was a pebble in an avalanche, impossible to understand beyond scattered notes. The voice could hear me, and I wanted so badly to keep listening, but it all fell back to a fuzzy hum the instant Zaun and Piltover ended their symphony. Here in the entresol where I hide in the dark behind the stage, that duet should ring clear. The top of Zaun, the bottom of Piltover, the gray lingers, smearing grime across hammered Piltovan bronze. Zaunite chem lamps scatter the colors of Piltovan stained glass across Zaunite cobbled streets carefully engineered with Piltovan tools. And folk from both cities make their way here, bringing that rapturous soul song only I can hear. Zaunites pour in from below, 1,000 different instruments strummed with tuneless enthusiasm. Kids taunt and jeer while older folks usher them along, searching for a moment's peace. Piltovans march down in trumpeting waves, inquisitive and bright and proud. They come by descender or by the stairways and ramps connecting to the overhead promenade, the Entresol's posh Piltovan twin. They laugh and joke together, gesturing appreciatively and at the quaintness of our makeshift open-air theater. So she's really, like, you can see her goals overall because, she's technically, her parents are Zonites that moved to Piltover, so you can see why her ambitions here are to have the two cities, like, align and just unite together. It's exciting at first. I'm so happy they're all here. I close my eyes and tune my crystal, pleading for it to speak again. But the crystal emits that same warbling, distant hum, a presence there and not there. Even that fades to a murmur as the songs clash, turning duet into duel. Piltovan laughter lapses into sneering discomfort. Zonite shouts quiet into indignant scowls, and almost as if they'd planned it, the crowd organizes into two perfect separate halves. You know what I got thinking now in my head is, like, the only thing that's gonna bring the two cities together is a common enemy, right? That's a very common trope in pop culture and everything, but I mean, it's kind of reality too. When two cities like this are clashing, the only thing that's going to bring them together is truly if there's like a common enemy. This is what it means to live in Zon and in Piltover. The Entresol is a place to come together, sure, but not to connect. Only because the cities have to touch somewhere. I watch as one Piltovan trips, nearly crossing that perfect gap between them, only for two of his fellows to catch him and bring him protectively back into the fold. Ugh, they're all here for the same reason. Why can't they put their guards down for like one moment and just be with each other? Why do I always think it'll change? I'm just one person, just Seraphine, who could barely even leave her house for how many years? How am I supposed to make them see that it could be different? Why do I think I can? Okay, so now she's getting like some doubt in her mind of like, she can't unite these people. Why did I ever think I could? The lights come on and the shock makes me realize I've been holding my breath. I feel a chill on my forearms, the mic in my shivering grip. I look at the crowd. There are a few appreciative whoops, but mostly they're focused on keeping separate from the other side. I take a breath. A pure, familiar note of soul music rings out to me from the Piltovan audience. I look over and see Scala's tired smile beaming up at me from a crowd that melts for a moment into the background as I'm swept up in her song. I wonder who Scala is. During visits to my parents' shop, oh, here we go, Scala would tell me about her thesis, reading dramatically from it like an eager parent would a storybook. She'd tell me what had changed since the last time it had been rejected by the college. 7th time's the charm. What was she said the last time we talked? But even back then, I could hear the doubt edging into her optimism. 6 rejections and she was still facing forward. But it was through a cloud of doubt, should she maybe do something else with her life. Her self-doubt nestles into mine, and the next breath comes a little easier. Another song joins the melody, this time from the Zonite crowd. I look over and see Roland, an absolute artist of a silversmith. I'd been drawn to his little workshop by the sound of music. He'd piled crates and supplies all on one side of the shop to make room for a handful of kids who were using the corner for what looked like band practice. He said that the ruckus made it easier to focus, that he needed the sound more than the space, that he might need to get used to such a small room if his next design didn't sell. Now, is she actually, it seems like she's actually interacting with these people in the community too, right? Which is, again, like she might be the most wholesome champion we have in League. Roland's song twists with Scala's in my head. One drums and brass and gravel, one wind and horns and hushed vocals. They couldn't sound more different, but something just makes it work somehow. One song full of self-doubt, the other fear for the future. Oh man, now I'm thinking like ahead, and what is her login screen or champion theme gonna be? But there's something else, a sturdy, rolling, endless beat that keeps their songs from spinning out into singular dying notes. It's the same beat in both songs. Scala loves her work and Roland his. Their determination finds mine, snatches it from a fall into a darkness. The next breath is sweet. See, this is cool. So she's showing a Piltover person and a Zonite person, and they have, yet they're different, they still have something similar. Like you can always find similarities between the most different people in the world, right? And she's finding it here. I don't need to solve everything. I'm not here for that. Neither are they, and that's okay. I listen for the crystal, and its steady rhythm builds and rumbles, indistinct but there. I want to reach out, and I only know one way how. I close my eyes, and I let myself be filled with Scala's song and with Roland's. I imagine their struggles. Scala chewing on a pen until her eyes widen in epiphany, and she writes the perfect conclusion to her thesis. Oh, I have a bad problem with chewing on pens. Roland, one eye closed tight as he gently shapes the last detailing into an ornate silver frame, then stands back with a grin and a sigh when he knows it's perfect. Tiny explosions crawl across my shoulders, up my spine, into my head, and music lights my whole body on fire. I sing. Maybe our voices are quiet alone. Maybe mine's quiet alone, but I'm not. We're not. I don't hold anything back because I know they don't either. The panic, the fear, the self-doubt. I pour it all into the song, heaps of it, so much that I want to cry. Our songs are droplets of rainwater on a window pane. Scala swirls itself into mine, and we become a little stream. We find Roland, happy to be caught up in our motion. Together we find the crowd, each droplet gathering another and another and another until we're a flood of song and feeling. Wow, what a description, man. That flood grows louder and louder as the crowd, silent but for the swell of their souls, opens to the mic. Once, I would have gotten lost in this storm of sound, but I have Roland and Scala and myself, and we feel what they feel. They know what drives us, what drives me. I'm so grateful, I'll make sure they know that too. I push that feeling into a single note, and in that moment, I know the music we're making could pierce the heavens. The song ends, and my eyes open to the crowd. A single entity greets me, raucous and cheering, and surging together toward the stage. Not a cobble in sight. My muses have found one another in the center of the crowd, and I can't tell anymore which side is which. Oh, that's very awesome. So, via her song of, hearing Scala and Roland's like inner songs or whatever, she was able to unite the crowd, which is awesome with just her music. That's another beautiful thing of just music in general, right? Like you can think of your favorite artist, think of all the people that love the same artist as you. Nobody's going to be the same. There's going to be all walks of life that like the same artist as you, which is, this is what we're getting with Seraphine. The entresol is a beautiful place. I've got the best seat in the house, a hidden little corner table where a lucky patron can sit in secret silence, sip a hot cup of tea, and watch the world pass by. My show ended a few bells ago, but the crowd stuck around talking and laughing together. Local business folk took quick advantage, opening up shop and ferrying out tables and chairs. My stage, powered down and pushed off to the side, has become a makeshift playground where Piltovan and Zonite kids are challenging one another to various antics. I can feel the charge in the air, excitement and wonder, and that airy feeling you get on days you never want to end. I sit back, put both hands around my steaming mug, close my eyes, and smile. They all make such wondrous music. Piltover and Zon continue their duet, if only for a little while. A familiar voice rumbles through me, faint but urgent. My soul soars even as my heart starts to pound. I don't know what I'll hear, whether we'll understand each other this time, how long we have. I only know what it needs to be heard. Or I only know that it needs to be heard. Its song lifts in an orchestral swell. Geez, I can't even say that. I brace for the avalanche. It has so much to sing and just me to hear it, but I won't ever stop trying to listen. Yeah, this is like, holy crap. We're getting definitely one of the most humble, wholesome, happy, champions in all of League. I don't know if I've reacted to anybody happier. And it's kind of I don't know, it's kind of nice. It's kind of a change of pace because a lot of the champions, and it makes sense, but a lot of the champions that we've reacted to or, just gotten a chance to take a look at all have some sort of trauma, or their end goal is just about revenge, or their end goal is about, defending their homeland from the enemy. But this is about bringing people together. And I'm sure there's probably another champion out there wanting to bring and unite people together. I can't think of somebody off the top of my head, but you know what I mean? It's just Seraphine is very much so just an all around good champion in terms of the way she feels about people and the way she feels about Piltover and Zon altogether. She just really wants to unite people and make people happy, which is awesome. Straight up. Again, the only mystery here for me is the crystal. And I'm assuming, again, because of the relationship on the main page, it said Skarner is the only soul relationship. I'm guessing the crystal's part of Skarner, but, looking at what Skarner looks like, looks can be deceiving, but Skarner looks like it's not a good person or a good scorpion, whatever it is. I don't know what race Skarner truly actually is. I know we're getting an update to Skarner, so they might be totally changing everything with Skarner. So yeah, if you guys know anything about the crystal, maybe I'll learn more about it in the Fandom Wiki actually when we get there. But yeah, the crystal is kind of the big mystery for me. Otherwise, Seraphine, yeah, she's the most wholesome champion in all of League for sure. All right, everybody, it doesn't look like there's an actual teaser for her. We're just going to get straight into the Seraphine champion spotlight. Let's do it.
Seraphine is Runeterra's first pop star, armed with the power of magical empathy.
Magical empathy?
She hears people's souls in the form of songs, and with her Hextech-powered stage, she can sing directly to their deepest feelings.
Oh, Hextech-powered stage.
Her dream? To use music to reunite Piltover and Zon.
Oh, whoa.
With the help of her teammates, Seraphine takes the stage as a melodic
DDRing right now
with massive potential. Look out, this starry-eyed songstress is just warming up.
Dude, that hair,
Welcome
that's
to
so
the
much
Seraphine
hair.
Champion Spotlight.
Okay, let's get it. See the abilities. I'm curious.
Before we get to her passive, let's start with the basics. Seraphine's Q, High Note, projects a musical chord that deals magic damage in a small area.
It's like a
the
little
damage
mortar.
dealt increases with the target's missing health. Looks like they're in treble.
Oh, no, not these again.
Her W is Surround Sound, which grants movement speed and a shield to Seraphine and her nearby allies.
Cool.
If she's already shielded, she gives everyone a heal too.
Hope I don't get lost in all this music.
That's cool. She a support champ?
Bring
No,
in
she's a
more
mage,
allies
right?
so they can all get healed. Soon they'll be
Oh,
feeling
that's cool.
Seraphine.
That's just with the W, man.
Her E, Beat Drop, is a sound
Beat
wave
drop.
skill shot that damages and slows enemies. Her
Okay.
rhythm is their blues. If the foe's already slowed, they get rooted instead.
Oh, if
they're
they're already slowed,
Already
that's
hard
neat.
CC'd, they'll get stunned. Talk about a showstopper.
Gotta
wow.
find the rhythm in the chaos.
Very cool.
And now for the remix.
Okay.
Seraphine's passive
Stage presence.
comes in 2 parts. The first is her Echo. Every third basic ability will automatically cast again, which has its own self-synergy. High Note's initial
Wait. Let me hear that again. How does this work?
comes in 2 parts. The first is her Echo. Every
Echo.
third basic ability will automatically cast again,
Every
which
third basic ability.
has its own self-synergy.
Huh.
High Note's initial damage makes the follow-up missing health hit deal more.
Wow, yeah.
And
Okay.
Echoed Surround Sound will grant move speed, a shield, and a heal all in one go.
Okay, so
An
multiple
Echoed
things.
Beat Drop will both slow and root your opponents. Sounds like a
Wow.
certified banger.
Gotta keep moving with the music.
These jokes gotta
Now
stop.
for the B side of her passive. Inspired by her friends, Seraphine stacks up 1 note per ally when she casts an ability near them, capped at 4 notes per friend.
Okay.
These notes give additional range and damage to her next basic attack. Stack them up throughout the fight and
Oh.
rain down a symphony.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you can see them
Let's
floating
handle
around.
this performance. Encore's
Wow.
coming up.
Okay, so she's very much like a team-oriented
When you're
champ.
ready for an encore, unleash
feel like-
Seraphine's ult to charm and damage enemies in a line.
Okay.
Thanks for
Or
listening.
it charms them and it moves them towards you.
Anyone can join the show.
Doesn't Ari has that ability
friend
too?
or foe.
but-
Hitting an ally will stack 4 nodes. Additionally,
cool.
any champion hit resets the ability range, firing out even farther.
Oh, that's
You're
even cooler.
breathtaking. Seraphine shines brightest when she's
That was a Keanu Reeves reference.
got an audience. She's more of a wave clear mid laner than a bully, focusing on double casts
Okay.
of high note to keep her farm up. From there, join up with your allies whenever you can, helping
Yeah,
with
shield them.
invades or roaming the side lanes to amp up your KDA. To
Oh,
really
wow.
top the charts, chain the effects of Seraphine's abilities.
Uh-huh.
Charm the crowd with Encore and follow up with a stunning beat drop to set up easy listening for the rest of your team.
Cool.
This beat's got a kick.
Though
She
she's a
seems really
solo
fun to
laner,
play.
Team fighting is her forte. Seraphine falls flat when split pushing. If she's
Hmm.
alone, she might end up a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, she needs to be with a
Not a
teammate
fan.
mostly, it seems.
Seraphine was born for quintets. Once you've gathered an audience, Encore is your greatest tool for an unforgettable show.
It makes sense.
Land beat drop before the charm wears off to stun them in place. Then hit a high note for your final chunk of burst.
Cool.
Oh, my audience disappeared.
My audience
It's not over till
disappeared.
the pink lady sings. For more on Runeterra's Rising Star, check out the links below.
Cool. I'm sure she has some really cool skins. Oh, what are you doing, Seraphine? The jokes were okay. The jokes got out of hand in this gameplay spotlight, I gotta say, from the guy that reads all of the gameplay spotlights. Okay, she seems really fun to play. She doesn't seem too difficult in my opinion either. I'm sure obviously you could master her and be like super crazy with Seraphine. Now, is she very popular? I feel like she might be an actual pretty popular champ. I don't know. I know obviously meta's change and all that, but like she seems like she's a pretty good like support mage possibly for your team comp. I don't know. Again, she doesn't seem very difficult to play. Her abilities seem pretty like straightforward in my opinion. Obviously, you can utilize them better. But yeah, you know, some champs are a little bit more difficult. She seems kind of easy. You guys let me know if there's any Seraphine users in my audience here. Let me know if you guys use her, if she's used pretty often, anything like that, because she seems pretty fun to play in my opinion. All right, next up, we just have Seraphine's Legends of Runeterra reveal. So let's check
Fix
this
my
out.
stage first or my lyrics. So much to do.
Okay, so she's a 2 mana, 1/4. When I'm summoned, create a random new 2-cost spell in hand. You've gained level up when you've played 6+ new spells this game. Okay, very cool. Very simple card,
Only
honestly.
a few days till the show.
She gives you a spell in hand. That's always like a pretty good card in general. Cards that generate more cards, always good.
Come on, there's room for everyone. All right, set
We're
the
getting a
stage.
glimpse of her voice lines. They're going to be pretty good, I imagine. Very wholesome. Also very music related,
Oh,
obviously.
think I got a beat.
Drum solo.
Let's keep that beat going.
Lots of card draw with her, it looks like.
How about a
I want to see
duet?
this level up animation, though.
Sing it with me now.
Is she's technically part of the Piltover set, I would imagine, right? Okay.
That was great. Now let's really bring
Oh,
it.
wow. They went all out with her level up animation, I feel like. Oh, and then the new artwork is also awesome. So now she is a 2/5. When I'm summoned, create a random new 2-cost spell in hand. When you play a new spell that costs 2 or less, copy it with the same targets. Oh, dude. Okay, what? This card seems OP, man. Random 2-cost spells in hand just from summoning her seems really good. And then having them basically have Echo or whatever it's called in Legend of Runeterra. I think it's called Echo in Magic the Gathering. Are we getting a glimpse of her theme, though, too, in the background? We are going to listen to a couple of her music or her songs. I believe she has like 2, Childhood Dreams and another one. We're actually going to have singing in her login screen or theme too, probably, right? I'm actually excited for it. We got some butterflies, paddle star. Wow, you're just like generating spells and just echoing your spells.
Hi, Seraphine.
Fan-
I'm your biggest fan. Okay, bye.
Fan club
I'm your
president.
biggest fan. Okay, bye.
You put on a real
The Zon
show,
Diva.
Songbird.
You too, Scratch. Just think what we'd sound like together.
So wholesome. Almost too wholesome? I don't know. Probably somebody out there doesn't like it.
Woo! What a
Now she's just gonna cast a bunch of spells on their Nexus. Yeah.
Plenty of time for an encore.
She just did like 10 damage to their Nexus with spells. Wow, cool. So what are some of the other cards here? We got Seraphine's High Note, Fan Club President, Crowd Pleaser, Inspired Plans, Acorn the Hex Technician. There's a squirrel. Drum Solo, Zon Diva. Very cool. Okay, she seems like she's actually pretty dang good in Runeterra. Again, I haven't currently been playing Runeterra, and I've only dabbled a little bit in it. So I guess I want to hear from you guys, because I do play card games. I haven't been lately, but I mostly played Magic the Gathering, and I played a lot of Hearthstone back in the day. But yeah, based on my knowledge of card games, she seems like she's pretty powerful, in my opinion. All right, so guys, as promised, we are going to react to 2 of Seraphine's songs that was recommended to me to react to. The first one we're going to do is called Made Me This Way. The next one will be Childhood Dreams. And this one has a lot of views on YouTube, so this must be a pretty popular song. It's uploaded by several people. But let's listen. This is the full lyric video. Let's go ahead and listen. Featuring Jasmine Clark as Abso Facto and Kosku Kakasa. Probably butchered that, but let's listen. I want to hear those lyrics. Okay. I'm taking this as Seraphine in League of Legends, you know? Okay. Okay. Ooh, the auto-tune. Sounds good. Sounds cool. Yo, why is this so good, though? I mean, I'm never surprised by Riot when it comes to the music. This sounds like something that could totally be on the radio, man. What? It's got like all the makings of your typical like pop song. Okay. What is that? That doesn't sound... I don't know what language that is. Drinking your poison makes me feel drunk. Take me to different spaces. I like the chorus. Yeah, I like this part so much. You made me this way. Yeah, dude, this is like super well produced. The voices are all good. I like the chorus. The little auto-tune part is cool. Want you out of my head. That's a good, you know what I mean? Like, that's your typical, like, breakup song lyric. Pretty short, though. But, I mean, that was good. Like, okay, so I'm not exactly sure what we are getting at in terms of, like, Seraphine's mind here, in terms of, like, what the song itself is supposed to mean. Is a part of myself missing? No, I got a lot to learn. Is this like a post-breakup song, technically, for Seraphine? Or is it more, tell me things I don't deserve and I've grown to look the other way? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's actually supposed to go with Seraphine's lore, or are we getting just like a typical like breakup song? I'm not the best at reading lyrics, everybody, so I'm not like the expert when it comes to music. Whenever I'm reacting to like the themes and login screens for these champions, I would say I'm probably like the least skilled person. I don't know what the word is that I could use here when it comes to like examining music. You know what I mean? I'm not a producer. I'm not like somebody that I just listen to music casually, right? So I'm not the person to like really examine the lyrics and the, you know, the synths and all that stuff when it comes to these songs. Overall, I thought it was a happy, fun song. Sounded like a pop song that I would hear on the radio. Obviously, it's a little too short, I think. And it doesn't have any like super big names, unless those are super big names, probably, actually. I don't know why I just said that they probably aren't, but I thought this was a good song for Seraphine, and I'm glad that they did specific songs just for her champion, because if you're going to have a pop star in your video game, she's got to have some tracks, right? So this was very good. Let's go ahead and listen to the next one. Okay, I don't know if I should have done this one first just because it's childhood dreams. I don't know if it's maybe, you know, I should have done this one just because maybe it's when she was younger and she recorded, or this is probably just about her childhood, right? So this one also is Jasmine Clark and Abso Facto again. I guess that's who they've chosen to do Seraphine in the songs and the tracks that they've made for her. Okay, this one's 2.5 minutes. Let's go ahead and give it a listen. I don't know if this one will have lyrics, so we might just have to listen closely. I chose the one that had the most views on YouTube, so I just, you know what I mean? Wait a minute, is that the song that they're humming in the Legends of Runeterra voice lines that we did later in this video? Because I technically did that reaction first. Okay, let's listen. Okay. Don't even bother. I think I like this one better than the other one so far. Don't even call, don't bother. Her voice is beautiful. I'm assuming this is Jasmine Clark. Ooh, okay. Uh-huh. Me too. Okay. Okay. Oh, that was a cool transition there. I liked that. Mm-hmm. I like the chorus in this one too. Yeah, her voice is so good. I'm assuming Abso Facto is the like producer on the beat, maybe. I love the artwork that they did for this, like, this single here. It, like, literally looks like it could be a album cover of a real artist in real life. You know what I mean? Very cool. Okay, actually, I do think I like the other one better. It was a little bit like longer, or it had like more lyrics to it, but this one's still very good, very happy. Voice was beautiful. I think this album cover, again, like you would see some musician out there that would have like a childhood photo of them with like a guitar, and they would make that like an album cover, right? For sure. So I thought this was perfect to show, you know, Seraphine really did enjoy, you know, wanting to learn guitar and everything at a young age. What's taken me back a little bit though is the door behind her looks like very much just like a normal real world door, and I don't know, do they have regular real world doors in you know, in League of Legends that look like that? It just looks like a door in an apartment. It's just taking me out a little bit. But anyways, songs were both great. I think I did like the Made Me This Way a little bit better. It also had, you know, another artist singing in that one as well. So both songs were really good. I'm glad you guys recommended it. I don't know if there's more individual Seraphine only songs. You guys can let me know, of course, in the comments. Obviously, I do know she's in at least one KDA song. I don't know if she's in two. I think there's just the one for sure that I know about. I mean, again, this was great. Riot put production into this champion. They made two, at least in the, you know, individually, two songs just for a champion. Like, I don't know any games that really put that much work into just the release of like a, you know what I mean? Like we get releases of heroes or like agents in Valorant or whatever. I don't know if they're all just getting their own songs, right? So I thought this was really cool that they made, you know, the pop star and the pop artist of League of Legends have her own songs. Okay, let's take a look at Seraphine's skins. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of like, maybe like either K-pop references in these skins, or maybe some like just pop star kind of stuff, right? That's just what I think they'll probably end up doing. There's got to be like a Star Guardians one probably, and like maybe an Academy one. Okay, so we have KDA, All Out Indie. Wait. Oh, okay, I have heard the All Out song. Doesn't this one not actually have a music video? I could be wrong about that, but it says All Out Indie here. Ooh, it's just like her at her laptop in her room. So it's a very, like she has a KDA poster here. She's very much like a fan of KDA almost. With a stunning voice and sunny disposition, Seraphine has big dreams about her music and what she can offer the world. She knows that someday, if she keeps trying, she'll make her beloved cat bow proud. Okay, so yeah, this is her as an indie artist. That's what they're trying to get at here. Okay. No, I mean, this is cool that she's just like a typical, I mean, I guess she just looks like she's wearing normal clothes, to be honest. Okay, next we have KDA All Out Rising Star. Okay, so we're going to have like different skins throughout like her career, basically. Throughout like her KDA career, I guess. Anyway, so we have Rising Star here. So she has like an outfit on. Like this is, I would say, kind of like K-pop reference a little bit. You know, she's performing. She's famous here. She's a rising star. Again, the hair, I mean, her hair is crazy cool. It's super long, and you can see actually the color changes down at the bottom to like this tealish blue. It's really good. The jacket's good. The clothing's good. Is it the same as? No, yeah, she's just wearing like a sweater in this previous one. I mean, there's not like too big a difference from these first three, I have to say. It's pretty much just like kind of the same stuff, but I mean, it is different for sure, but I don't see a standout yet. They're all good though. Now we have KDA All Out Superstar. Now, is this the one that's in the music video that I'm thinking of? Is it the All Out music video where she's like wearing this and singing from her bedroom? I think this is it. So this is her fully as a K-pop superstar, or whatever we want to say it is. Yeah, I mean, if she's in the KDA group, this is, yeah, like her fully a part of the group and everything. Really good. These additional like diamonds or whatever you want to call them are also really cool. Again, I don't know if I have a favorite amongst all of these, but I think maybe we'll finally get some new ones here. What's the next one? Graceful Phoenix. Yeah, see, this is where we're getting like a divination from all these like KDA ones. Graceful Phoenix. Well, first off, I love the color scheme. Oh, and here we go. We got some little models here to take a look at. I like, what is this? There's like feathers coming out of her crown here at the top, at least in the model down here. Yeah, there's like these feathers. Oh, and I like all these color schemes. This one's really good. I really like Graceful Phoenix. It's a different take on Seraphine. The hair is totally different, but I like it a lot. Okay, next we have Ocean Song. Okay, I was gonna say, I'm sure she's gonna be in one of these other themes that like have other champs have skins for. So they did an Ocean Song one, so it's kind of like a beach theme, I would say. They gave her, it looks like blonde hair in this. There's a lot going on in this one. I don't know if I like the blonde, like they cut her, no, they didn't cut her hair. This one's really good as well. I think I'm actually liking the non-KDA ones more than I am the KDA ones. I don't know. I think these are really good. I think Graceful Phoenix is still my favorite so far. Now we have Prestige Ocean Song. This is really cool. I like the color scheme they went with here. This one's a little bit different. The hair is really awesome. But I think Graceful Phoenix still beats the Prestige Ocean Song. Now we have Fairy. Oh, shoot. The Fairy Court. I forget what other champion we had that had the Fairy Court. I really liked Fairy Court. I think that I ended up putting it in my top 3. It might have been Ari. I think it was Ari that had the fairy one. Okay, let's take a look at the Seraphine fairy one here. I like the pad design here. It's very cute. I like her hair, like the crown or whatever it is that's in her hair. The color schemes are kind of crazy. It's very vibrant and bright. I think they got down the fairy aesthetic for sure with the skirt, with the hair colors, with all the colors, honestly. I think Fairy Court's really good, but I'm still leaning Graceful Phoenix. And last but not least, I knew it. Star Guardian. I was like, there's going to be a Star Guardian or there's going to be an Academy one. Okay, Star Guardian. So Star Guardian, usually the same, like, you know, like Sailor Moon aesthetic here. This one, I think it's a little, they went with a little different colors for her. They went with like gold here for her colors for like the main one. The pad is interesting. The hair is not my favorite, I think. I think I actually like the hair on Graceful Phoenix more. And again, I like the feather aesthetic or whatever you want to call this here. But I think Graceful Phoenix for me is going to be my favorite, guys. I think it's just like how... I was going to say how graceful it is, to be honest with you. I like the overall Graceful Phoenix aesthetic because of the hair, just all of the colors, the feathers like sticking out to the sides here, the crown or whatever you want to call it for her. And kind of the face that she's making in these models here. They're kind of funny. And then, yeah, just the portrait over here for Graceful Phoenix. I think this is very good. All right, guys, just of course, let me know in the comments what your favorite Seraphine skin is. Graceful Phoenix is mine, but I want to hear from you guys. All right, everybody. So now we are on the Fandom Wiki. Let's go ahead and start reading about her early life. As a young girl, Seraphine developed a passion for music of all kinds. This passion only grew after her mother's departure, leaving just her and her father in their Piltovian home. Seraphine's subtle updates to her stage and secret underground trips to Zaun continued throughout her adolescent years as she grew even more involved with the antics of the war, finding her place in the conflict. Soon, it became evident that her father was both aware and proud of her musical antics, seeing his previous dream of sharing his songs with the world and his daughter. Okay. At some point, Seraphine met Acorn, her chipmunk companion, otherwise known as Hex Technician, who began accompanying her on her undisclosed trips underground. Seraphine's father began helping her with her equipment, touching up her guitar after long concerts, while she focused on making her disguise as flashy as possible. That's a very supportive father. We like to see it. And that's a very supportive chipmunk companion. Seraphine slowly began building her reputation throughout Zaun, performing soulful concerts and attracting large groups of its citizens, who were dazed and intrigued by her colorful, powerful songs. She actively began competing with other popular performers underground, including the infamous Zaun diva Scratch. Oh, that's who Scratch is, okay. Both impressed with the other's musical capabilities. I like that Riot also introduces like these other little tiny lore characters that aren't actual champions. It just, you know, it adds to their stories and things like that when they do it. Okay, so appearance. Seraphine is a beautiful, pale-skinned young woman with bright blue sapphire eyes and dyed bright pink hair tipped with dark violet that reaches her knees. Jeez, that hair is long. I didn't realize it went down to her knees. She wears bright pink lipstick, makeup, and a light blue star painted on her right cheek. Her attire is a mix of Piltovan and Zaunite aesthetics with an added visual flair for her theatrical performances. She wears a brown garb over a leather blue shirt with leather gloves and a matching leather blue skirt with leather boots. Okay, that's really cool that they made it. I don't know Piltovan and Zaunite aesthetic necessarily, I guess. I guess if I, you know, when I think of Zaunite, I think of like, I don't know, green. And then when I think of Piltovan, I just think of like Hex Tech kind of stuff, blue maybe. So it's cool that they gave her the visual aesthetic of both, since she very much kind of belongs to both, you know? Okay, personality. Seraphine is a warm, friendly person and very fond of music. When she was a child, she liked to play in her parents' workshop. When her magic power grew, she became somewhat withdrawn as she heard many voices and could not hear herself. Her parents created some special hearing aids for her that helped her control that power, right? While she came down to the city of Zaun, she was overcome with many emotions, most of them negative due to the Piltover's contempt for Zaun. When she sang for the first time at the border of the two cities, she proudly saw how the people of both cities lived in harmony, so she set herself a goal that through her music she would unite the two neighboring cities. Which, again, I think that's a very cool goal for her. But again, I don't know how they would incorporate that into the Arcane show. but who knows? Okay, so abilities. Let's see. We have magical physiology. Seraphine was born with the magical ability to hear the emotions and souls of others, an ability that might grow the more she trains and expands her knowledge about magic. Due to her initial attempt to suppress her abilities rather than embrace them, she isn't formally trained in her magic, but utilizes it nonetheless for her performances. Empathetic sound magic. Seraphine can magically hear the emotions of others through an intense form of empathy, allowing her to hear the true thoughts and emotions of an individual. Her hearing is so intense and acute that she initially had to use a dampening device to keep from hearing the discordant emotions of the entirety of Piltover and Zaun combined. Eventually, Seraphine began to embrace her magic and is now capable of hearing the thoughts, feelings, and memories of entire crowds. Along with that, she can create her own music to influence others' emotions, most notably singing songs of unity and compassion. Yeah, again, I told you guys when I was reading the story or the biography, it reminded me a lot of when Professor X gets his ability to hear people's thoughts and things like that. He very much had like the same kind of reaction. Musical mastery. Seraphine is extremely musically talented, having a magnificent and beautiful voice, along with skill in playing several instruments such as her custom-made hexacoustic guitar. And then Hextech Music Platform. Seraphine often performs on top of her custom-made Hextech musical platform as a stage. This device was crafted after Seraphine dismantled her hearing dampener, choosing to embrace her magic as her parents created the platform stage as a Hextech amplifier of her powers, allowing her to more fully hear the thoughts and feelings of people, as well as amplify her own magical music. Though she isn't very competitive, Seraphine can also use her platform to produce powerful sound waves. So what's really cool is just the fact that like her parents are super supportive, right? I would say probably the majority, hopefully, of people's parents are supportive, but it's just really nice to see that both the mom and dad are like supporting Seraphine in her endeavors, right? Okay, so relations. What do we have? We have Brackern. Seraphine understands the Brackern singing language to an extent thanks to her magical hearing. Therefore, she comprehends the song from the Hextech crystal in her platform. She'd probably be the only human able to communicate well with Skarner. However, she does not know that they seek help, and they do enjoy her songs of togetherness. Okay, so a Brackern is what race or whatever Skarner is, I'm assuming. And this is confirming the crystal is a part of Skarner. But I guess my question is this still going to stay? I'm wondering if Riot is going to keep this lore of Skarner and Seraphine like the same with the update of Skarner, because aren't they also doing like a not only a visual update to Skarner but like a lore update? Okay, Caitlin is an adoring fan of Seraphine's singing performance. That's who it was. That's a big fan. Okay, so Caitlin. Then we have Acorn. Acorn is Seraphine's pet squirrel, whom often acts as her companion. Acorn is believed by Seraphine's fans to be the heart of her idol operation, but in truth, he is often disobedient and uncontrollable to her annoyance. Seraphine's father gave her Hextech device to dampen her acute magical hearing. Proud of Seraphine's idol career, he supports her performances, even if she withholds details from him, and even allowed her to perform in the Undercity. Then we have Millie. Millie is one of Seraphine's biggest fans and the leader of her fan club. While she is too shy to engage in conversation before leaving, Seraphine still enjoys talking with Millie. And then we have Scratch. So Scratch has a friendly rivalry towards Seraphine, with both having enjoyment performing together. Scratch's feelings towards Seraphine may be greater than just simple friendship. Oh, okay. So possibility that Scratch has a crush. I could see that. I mean, who wouldn't have a crush on Seraphine? Little bit of trivia at the bottom. It says Seraphine's magical hearing allows her to understand the Brackern singing language, becoming the first person with the ability to hear them in Hextech crystals. However, she's only capable to communicate with one in particular, her own crystal, as a result of their deep connection over the years. Her color story implies she's only able to hear it when in Piltover and Zaun's songs are in harmony. Her color story. Despite being the first person to achieve this goal in universe, the first champion known to hear the Brackern soul song was Jace. That's interesting. Her biography got tweaked shortly after revealed due to player response to clear up doubts about her characterization. Oh, really? What happened? Some of her quotes, especially those about Brackern and Hextech lore, got some players confused about Seraphine's nature and were removed from her voiceover to avoid misleading connotations. According to Riot Jag, Seraphine was never meant to know the true identity of the entity inside the crystals, and these quotes were designed only for player immersion in-game. Okay, so this is my guess, is they had some sort of like lore-related voice lines just to let the players know, hey, this crystal is Skarner or something, right? But Seraphine herself, lore-wise, technically doesn't know the true nature or what's inside of the crystal, and so they probably pulled those voice lines. That's going to be my guess. If you guys have more details about that, let me know. The song she performs in her color story is implied to be her own champion theme. Oh, okay. Champion themes are what Sarah would hear when near them, but whatever version she performs would be a fan cover, different from official themes. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so champion themes are what Seraphine would hear when she's near the other champions, but it would be like her performing them. That's so cool. I didn't think of it like that way. If she were to like interact with another champion, that would be the song she would hear from them. Stage presences. Double cast presents a technological overcharge of her stage. Seraphine's spells are her sound and voice amplified. Her basic attacks come from the sound waves of her fingers snapping. Oh, so she's snapping when she does a basic attack? I didn't even notice that. Okay. Seraphine is 17 and 996 AN according to Riot Reeve. Well, what's the current, what year is it in current present time? Is it 996 AN? I don't even know. Seraphine has chromesthesia, a perceptual phenomenon in which auditory stimulation leads to visual experience, being able to see colors and shapes and sounds. Okay. Seraphine's favorite flavor of ice cream is cotton candy. Oh, how do people know that? Oh wait, that's gotta be from Voicelines again, isn't it? Okay, cotton candy's okay. Like I like the cotton candy flavor ice cream. I don't think it's one that I would want to have all the time though, but I do like the cotton candy flavor ice cream. Anyways, guys, this was cool. We got to learn a little bit more about, you know, how her magic works. You know, I kind of already knew that her parents were very supportive of her. We learned a little bit more about Acorn, the companion. We learned about the Bracker Skarner thing and things like that in here. And then we did learn a little bit about like these little supporting characters, like Millie is the fangirl club, and then Scratch is the rival, you know, musician down in Zaun, I believe. So very cool stuff here. I mean, we're going to finally get into the voice lines, so I'm sure we're going to learn all the rest about Seraphine. Okay, guys, so for the first thing we're going to do, we're going to look at the Legends of Runeterra voice lines. Let's go ahead.
You should let the voices inside you sing.
Seraphine and Varys.
Sing. I can barely stand it when they talk.
Oh my, I'm so excited because literally I actually understand this interaction because we've reacted to Varys already.
I can hear nobility in you, Varys, however you
Nobility?
try to hide it.
Perhaps you lack a musician's ear after all.
Hmm.
New
Interesting.
tech, new tricks, new day, new Zon.
Oh my gosh, he's so cool.
Whoa, okay. There was no mention, but does she have a crush on Echo?
You gonna wear that to the underground?
The Zaun diva.
No, I'm just keeping my real outfit secret.
Oh, she's very
So you
like...
built that stage yourself?
No way. I mean, it was a collab.
She's like one of those
Acorn?
those
No.
teenagers that doesn't like... She has like social anxiety a little bit, it seems like, right?
Chewing on the hex tech.
Oh, Acorn. Does he make noises?
Acorn? I knew I should have gotten a cat. Acorn, what's in your mouth? No, come back here.
Oh, see this? Now that was from the fandom, so exactly. Acorn's actually not very a good, like, helpful person when it comes to helping set up the stage and things for her.
Come on.
Zaun
There's
bouncer.
room for everyone. Beep boop. My having fun cogs are clogged. Please help. Know what?
Okay, that was like really bad, but it also is funny at the same time.
Bouncer guy, when I own a club, you're invited.
Okay.
Be careful, I just calibrated
That's
her.
very Seraphine.
Time to shine.
This is inspired
Let's
plans.
keep that beat going.
Drum solo.
Gotta hear that one again.
Okay. This is very, like, I would imagine a musician, like, doing the guitar thing and the humming.
Woo, what a show! Come on, plenty of time for an encore. Well, I'm proud of us for trying. Was it the material?
Wow,
Or was it
dude.
me?
I'm telling you, most wholesome freaking champ in all of League.
You put on a real show, Songbird.
Mhm.
You too, Scratch. Just think what we'd sound like together.
Right, and
Sorry.
now there's some sort of inkling that she might have a crush on her.
Songbird, but I'm about to clip your wings.
Ooh.
You don't scare me, Scratch. Give me your best shot.
Okay, she likes
Let's
competition.
mix up the set list, yeah? Sure, it's
Sputtering
a classic.
song spinner.
But have you heard the remix? Nailed that one.
High
Let's
note.
try one octave higher.
Okay.
You hear the voices in my head. Can you quiet them too?
Oh.
Maybe I could, but I won't.
Oh, that's interesting that she says maybe she actually has the power to do that, though, right? That gets me thinking of maybe if there's any other champions. I can't really think of one right now besides Varys with the two people talking inside of him, right? But I'm trying to think, is there any other champions? Well, I guess any of the champions that are kind of communicating with you know, any of the Darkens that have taken over a host or anything, can she hear both voices? You know what I mean? Like with Kane, for example, and Rost, can she hear both voices there? I'm actually very curious of that. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking of any other interaction, or if there's another champ that you guys can think of where Seraphine might actually be able to hear like both of the voices inside of one entity. Okay, there's usually a few more little voice lines throughout the video, so let's go find them.
Zahn doesn't want you, Songbird.
Whoa.
Zahn
Hostile.
doesn't turn anyone away. I hear that in your song.
Oh, she hears that in her actual like inner song. And Seraphine's right there. Like music has no, you know, borders, right? Yes, the world has its borders and everything like that. But that's what I was saying like earlier in this reaction. Music has no borders. Everybody can love the same musician or musical artist or whatever, music in general, because it doesn't have any borders, right?
Hi, Seraphine.
Fan club
I'm
president.
your biggest fan. Okay, bye. Hi, Lily. I'm your biggest fan. Okay, bye. I made you this. Okay, bye. Is this a squirrel pin? This is cute.
A squirrel
Hey, come
pin
back.
for Acorn. Okay, is she a fan of Scratch?
I knew it. You can be your second biggest fan, okay?
Okay. So that was, okay, that wasn't an actual Seraphine line, but we did hear Scratch there humming one of Seraphine's songs, I presume. That's very cool. Okay, guys, that does it for the Legends of Runeterra voice lines. There was, you know, that was sweet and short. They usually kind of are. And not too many like interactions with actual other champs. We did get Varus, which was interesting that they chose Varus of all people for her to have an interaction with. Maybe it's just because this skin spotlight video was focusing on Seraphine, Vayne, and Varus. I don't know if there's other Legends of Runeterra people that she interacts with. I would assume they would have kept it in here, but I don't know. But anyways, very interesting that we learned that she could possibly hear the other two voices inside of Varus. And it was awesome that I was able to actually understand, because I've already reacted to Varus at this point. So it's very cool that I was able to understand an interaction. I usually am able to only understand some of them. This time I was able to understand pretty much all of it. Other than that, I mean, she kind of seems like when she was a little nervous there, she kind of seemed like your typical teenager, because she's like 17, 18, right? Your typical teenager with social anxiety or gets nervous whenever they're talking to somebody. Very typical, you know, of that age, right? I also like that she felt a little competitive when Scratch kind of like challenged her. I thought that was really cool that she was just up for the challenge, right? Because she's very confident. It seems like anyways in her voice line that she's very confident in her musical talent. And then the most fun voice lines were probably the ones with the Zahn bouncer. You know, one, it was her trying to bring people together yet again, because she's like, yo, if I get a club, I'm going to invite you in. And then her making fun of the bouncer just not having any fun was also very good. So I thought these were great voice lines. Let's go ahead and hear what we get in League of Legends though. All right, everybody, we're finally doing the special interactions for Seraphine. These are actually a little bit longer, which is cool. 12.5 minutes here, and it's the classic and KDA all out special interactions. So let's go ahead and listen, see if I can maybe get all of the interactions and understand all of them in this one. Let's see.
I miss your kind too, Skarner. Would you like to hear their song?
Okay, now wait a minute. Well, of course I'm not going to understand the Skarner one, because I don't know anything about Skarner or the Brackern. And again, I have the question about the rework. Are they reworking Skarner's lore? But very interesting first interaction here. You guys will have to let me know anything about this.
Such a perfect 4-4,
Jin.
but also so wrong.
Such a perfect 4-4, but also so wrong, because obviously he's a murderer. Now, very interesting to note here, they actually aren't including any background music with Seraphine's. I'm going to assume that's just to avoid any copyright issue with, you know, her songs, right?
Azir, let me try. Shurima.
Okay, I don't understand that, but I'm assuming he says Shurima, kind of like Garen.
It sounds like your gun likes you.
Says Demacia.
Camille, sorry, but you're the only one marching to your drum.
Okay, now wait a minute. I have to roll back to Caitlyn there because I was a little late on it. Why does she say it sounds like your gun likes you? Wait, can she hear the gun's song? The gun isn't alive, right? Sounds like your gun likes you. Interesting. Okay, and then the Camille one.
Sorry, but you're the only one marching to your drum.
Again, she's referring to Camille's song, and Camille is very like
no one keeps
one
time
note
like
a little
you,
bit, right?
Echo.
No, okay, I understand the echo one.
Oh, I can't follow your song at all, and I love it.
Oh, because it's so chaotic. Cool.
Bubs, your song sounds like a rainbow.
I would imagine
wow,
that.
You sing in such color, Nico.
Interesting. Okay, we don't know anything about Nico. If you guys need to let me know about the Nico thing, does she do something with color specifically? I mean, she had a bunch of different colors on her, you know, just her skin and everything, but.
Oh, Sona, your song is so... Wow.
Sona's the DJ, right?
Hey, Vi, wrote you a fight song. Bet you love it.
That makes sense.
Let's go, Mantis Shrimp.
Wait. You can't just call Kha'Zix a mantis shrimp because that's what he looks like. That's kind of, I mean.
How many Yordles did you kill with one song?
Interesting.
Wow, Sona.
That was the pentakill one, and that was referencing the video, right? The music video.
Your sound is so beautiful.
DJ Sona.
Could you produce my next song?
Cool. Yeah. I like that
Your
interaction.
best looks like my worst.
True damage skin.
No way. Are you really KDA? The real KDA?
Okay, see, this is cool. I like that we're getting the true damage, the KDA interactions with these like actual groups within the world of League of Legends, right? That's cool.
I'd love to have a classic look like yours one day.
That's cool. She ends up having one.
I love your latest track. Do you think we could sing together one day?
Oh, that's so cool. I love this.
You ain't bringing me down, 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 down.
That's the actual song,
Hey,
too.
Ari, take a look and recognize a queen.
Okay.
Akali, I'm always on fire, so don't get burned.
I like that you can have these KDA
Evelyn,
skins
what's
have
higher than the
interactions.
top? That's me. Kaisa, you're cool, but I'm cold.
Okay.
Wow.
Cool. I
we've
like
only
those KDA
just met,
ones.
And I'm already inspired. Hey, want to hear your song?
Oh, cool. Yeah. I would want to hear my own
Can't wait
song.
to write a song about this moment.
But what if it's terrible?
I'll fight if you make me, but we could sing instead.
So wholesome, man.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's cool. I like that she's
Was
doing
that
that.
my first hater?
My first hater.
Was that my first hater?
They did it twice.
That's a mortal reminder for you. Ouch. That hurt me more than it did you.
Killing Seraphine.
Sona, I'm just gonna borrow your sound system, I swear. Guess I'm the giant now.
Giants. Cool.
Was I too nervous? I swear I'll work on my voice. Please don't go.
That's cool. That very much fits
Wait,
her
you're
character.
coming back, right? I still need your autograph.
That very much
This
fits
is part of
Seraphine.
your act, right? You must have a comeback album on the way. Oh no, did I offend you? I only meant to sing my hardest.
Now, see, I have a question about the KDA skins or like all these voice lines. My assumption, again, I don't know how the release for Seraphine actually worked. You know, I don't know if they did like what they just did with Nefiri or Briar, where they did like a champion teaser or trailer, because I didn't see one, right? Or did they just actually release her when the All Out KDA song came out, you know, and then they also released Seraphine and all these KDA skins at the same time?
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Are we still off for practice tomorrow?
Okay, so she's in the group
Miss
now.
Ari, did I sing too loud? I wasn't trying to.
She's so nervous around the rest of the KDA.
Akali, oh no. Did I go to work too hard?
Go to work too hard?
I didn't mean to hurt your feelings,
And
Eve.
Evelyn's skin?
Wait, you have feelings?
No, but that skin in game looks so good. Now that I'm actually seeing these KDA skins in this video.
Oops, I rushed that choreo, didn't I, Kaisa? Your song's gonna get stuck in my head. Thanks for listening. Nobody can truly silence you. Not even me.
Okay.
I expect an encore.
Yep.
You can't let that be your swan song.
Your swan song.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Sorry,
Ooh.
wrong note.
That's Seraphine's equivalent of trash talk. Not a fan.
You weren't in harmony.
Or like that. You weren't in harmony.
Should have stayed on tempo.
Okay, see, I kind of like these trash talks.
Your choreo just wasn't good enough.
I do kind of like them. They're kind of creative.
Not triple package material.
Not triple package. I don't understand that one. I'm not like a music major. I don't know all the, you know, lingo. So if you guys know about that one, let me know.
Be ready for auditions next time.
Oh, wait. Triple package. Is it singing, dancing, looks? I don't know. I have no idea.
Wow, I really did that.
Surprised by her
I
own
stood up
skill.
for myself.
Yeah.
Ha! You can't stop my dreams.
This is the rising star form. I just
Music
realized.
sings true. Music and song protected me.
She looks so tall on that platform.
There's
to kill?
nothing we can't do together.
We have heard that one, I think.
Now that's what I call an all kill.
An all kill.
Running out of steam.
Low HP. Okay, she has voice lines for that.
Voice is getting tired.
That would make sense.
Careful, let's play it slow.
Oh, okay.
Head
Pinging?
your way, get ready to rock.
We don't always get these voice lines.
Could use a partner for this next verse.
Okay.
Huh,
I like that
my
one.
audience disappeared.
I like all the music-related voice lines that they do, like
Sounds like
creatively.
danger.
You know what I mean? Sounds like danger, technically, is the
Inspiration
one.
that away.
You know, like all of these are very cool
Need a
that they did
duet.
it this way.
Listen close.
Listen close. I
Do
like
you
that
make
one.
carpets? Because you are cutting that rug.
Dance response.
Your moves are so rad.
I like that
Can
they
you
have the
teach me
dance
sometime?
response. Katarina's dance is terrible.
Tell it again. You really ought to give comedy a go.
Now, see, that joke response fits Seraphine. Of course, she's going to laugh. Even if I feel like even if the joke was bad, Seraphine would react the same way just because of her personality.
Someone salty. Let me give you some sweet to go with that.
Someone salty.
All right, Sarah. No big deal.
Okay,
Pretend
Seraphine,
it's a
respawn. Rehearsal. Okay.
Could have been worse. Could have, forgotten the words.
She's acting like it's an audition. I like that.
Think they want to hear more? Of course they do.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna write a kicker out of that one.
Okay.
Tough crowd. Maybe it's time to change my tune.
Maybe it's changed. Okay.
Time for a comeback album.
Yeah, see, these are all so good. I applaud the writers. They probably tried to think of every creative, funny, good, you know, just clever music-related voice line.
Giving up isn't in my lyrics.
Okay.
Good material for my next song. Let's run it back.
Exactly.
Hello, world. I'm Seraphine, and you are beautiful.
Okay, your typical music artist coming out on stage.
When I'm on stage, I feel complete. I want to help everyone find that peace.
Yeah, that's her overall goal right there.
Can't be as simple as us versus them.
That's
I
true.
know if I sing loud enough, they'll listen.
That's true.
Everything sings to me. I've got to sing it all back.
Interesting. Yeah.
Wow, all these songs sound amazing. I'll bring them into harmony.
That's cool.
I sing to help them find themselves. The stage just makes it easier.
Okay, yeah.
Everyone's singing the same song, and they don't even know it.
Ooh, see, that hits me because that almost makes it seem like, you know, even though we all have all these differences, we're all human, right? That's kind of how that line hits me in a way. We can all be super different. At the end of the day, we're all human beings, right?
Remember,
Sorry if that's too
you've
deep.
dreamed of performing live. You've got this.
Oh, she's got to hype herself up. This is indie
First
form.
test run of this stage. Hope it all goes well.
I like that we're getting all the different skins for her.
The music here sounds so magical. I'm sure I'll get lots of inspiration.
Okay.
Whoa, is this a huge open forest?
Uh-huh.
I wonder how my voice will sound.
Okay, she's thinking of her,
This is more than a solo
audio.
debut. It's one step closer to my dream come true.
Okay, now we got the rising star form. Got it.
Look out, world. I'm here to show you what I can do.
You can see the different personalities, like where she's at
Come
in
on,
her
we gotta give the performance of a
career,
lifetime.
right? With these voice lines, the differences.
I made some touch-ups to my stage. Let's give it a whirl.
Okay. See, we're not going to see Graceful
Remember
Phoenix in
Ari's
this,
advice.
unfortunately.
Stars shine with their own light. I've got this.
Ari's advice. Okay.
I've practiced this choreography a million times. I can't disappoint Kaisa. I
Can't
won't.
disappoint Kaisa specifically.
Evelyn will kill me if I screw this up. So let's sparkle and win.
Yeah, Evelyn would probably be the scariest one in the group.
Gonna earn my custom mic just like a collie.
Cool.
One day,
Okay,
the
long
music
moves.
will stop. Better dance while you can. For the longest time, I couldn't hear myself over the crowd. So, I made them part of me.
All right,
We're
she
all
found a
looking for
solution.
meaning, even after we found it.
We're all looking for
Some
meaning
songs
even
start
after we
with the
found
rhyme,
it.
some with the rhythm. Mine starts with the crowd.
She does crowd
We
work.
get as close to death as we can to feel alive. Even if I heard
Interesting.
every
Whoa,
song,
whoa. That one was kind of out of nowhere. We get as close to death. Wait. Let me hear that again. We get as close to death.
we get as close to death as we can to feel alive.
Where is she? This one's coming out of nowhere, I feel like. It's like super deep. I don't know if she's talking about something specifically, but okay, that one was really
Even if I
odd.
heard every song, it would never be enough.
Yeah.
The Brackern fuel
Like
our
it's that feeling of hearing a new song for the first time, right? And just hearing a really good song. There's nothing like it, right?
city, our future. All I can do is sing their elegy.
They fuel our city
We
and our
fight
future.
for our lives every day. Every one of us.
True, it is a struggle
Moods
out here.
are like melodies. They go up, they go down,
Uh-huh.
and sometimes they surprise.
True, I would
Breathe
say.
with your belly. Breathe with your belly.
That's hard.
Breathing is hard.
Normally you breathe with
I
your
have
chest,
this
if you guys
feeling
don't
like
realize
I'm
that.
yearning for something I've lost. One day, I'll catch it in a song.
Okay.
Pilties say a new idea is
Pilties.
just 7 old ones all mixed up. That's kind of how my songs work.
That's kind of how songs work in general, because you can tell that some songs, remix older songs or they sound a little bit similar to a different song. Yeah.
These have songs too.
Ooh.
Zahn and Piltover sing together in a dazzling duet.
Cities have songs too.
Don't worry, starry eyes. Look up towards the sky, see yourself, and shine.
Okay.
Little
Motivational
voices
speaker here.
never fear. Around the corner is your big premiere.
She's rhyming now.
Toes in the sand by the setting sun. I saw you, wide eyes, soft hair, and my heart was done.
Are these lyrics or what is this? Or no, she's rhyming again. Is this a poem? Toes in the sand by the setting sun. I saw you, wide eyes, soft hair, and my heart was done.
She's just a girl with a dream, but nothing is as simple as it seems. A sketch on crumpled paper, will she find her happy later? Every
What
bad
are
day
these?
makes a very good story. Every good story makes my songs less boring.
Okay.
Reach higher, take that heart off the shelf. You gotta love yourself before anybody else.
That's true, actually.
Rumors hurt more than sticks or stones. The words you say hit like bricks on bones. But like Maya and the tides, still I rise.
What are all of these really
Dark
long...
nights pass into early mornings. Wake up
readings
and
here?
smile, surely adoring. The world is ready to welcome
It's like
you.
she's reading a book
Look
or a
into the
poem.
mirror, see a miraculous view. There's no miracle here without the miracle of you.
Okay.
Dad always said no shoes in the house. I wonder if shoes on stage are okay.
Yes,
I love it
I
when
would hope
music
so.
sounds like rain. Is that weird?
It sounds like rain.
There's a song in every corner. Just gotta listen. So many cute critters.
There's a lot here that
all
I'm
singing
not...
a different tune.
Okay, so I got to pause just a little bit. There's a lot here at the end. You guys have to let me know about that real long dialogue one there. There's a lot of ones here that are like kind of getting kind of random that I'm not fully understanding. So please let me know in the comments if you have more to say about these.
After high school, I wasn't sure what to do. Music kept me going.
Okay, so she is out of high school.
Can't believe my social media blew up. I always rated it T for terrible.
Okay, Seraphine. That was a little cringe, but well, you know what? That's
How
something
does
she
KDA
would say.
dance so well? Body rolls are the worst.
Body rolls.
One time,
Ooh.
I rehearsed after eating stinky tofu.
Ew.
It, didn't go well.
She threw up or something.
Does anyone else set a timer for when they should go to bed? Just me?
Oh, that is actually something that is recommended, I think, but that's for people that have issues going to sleep on time, I imagine.
I painted all my cover art. It's a hobby of mine.
Oh, cool. She does that too.
I can't decide who to stan. KTA are all queens
Dude,
to me.
I'm right there with you, Seraphine. I'm not going to lie.
The hardest part about performing with KDA isn't the pressure. It's the dancing.
It's the dancing.
Our music video took days to shoot, but it felt like years.
Oh, cool.
Still, I wouldn't have changed a thing.
It's so cool that we're getting an in-game video, like in video game character referencing a music video that we have watched on YouTube. Like, and it's a real world to her. It's like super meta.
Wonder if
I love
the
it.
third guy from the left ever came here. Oh, wait. I need to
The
focus.
third guy from the left. What was that last one? Okay, yeah, these towards the end were super random. Like, not random. They obviously had meaning. You guys will have to let me know. Okay, these were very fun. I like that we got the 3 individual different kind of Seraphines. And that's what we saw when we were looking at the skins. We got the indie form, like when she was just an indie artist, I guess. And then we had the Rising Star, and then we had Superstar. And Superstar was the one that was like on KDA. And I guess we also got an actual KDA one, I think. Like the actual KDA song. So here's the Rising Star, Superstar. Oh, maybe that was it. Yeah, so we got the 3 different variations of Seraphine here, which was cool. And then, of course, there was like the any form Seraphine voice lines. Okay, like I said, I thought these interactions with all the KDA group was very cool. Like the KDA All Out was super cool. I'm glad we got to do that. And again, I'm assuming that's because she was released that way into the game. Like she was released when that video came out, or it was like heavily pushed upon. That's how she came into the game. So that was really cool that she had voice lines with each individual member specifically in her Superstar form. And I don't know, did she have some in her Rising Star form? At first, I wasn't even paying attention to that. Yeah, so she does have some with the Rising Star form with the KDA people, and then they change when she's actually a part of the group in the Superstar ones, right? So it's very cool that they had like a career set out for this champion, right? You could see her at different moments in her career as a musician. And that's really cool that they fleshed her out like that. Somewhere like mostly in the middle here, I really liked the way she was trash talking. The way she was like trash talking when she would get kills. I thought that was really fun and creative how they would like you weren't in harmony. You know what I mean? They got really creative with musical techniques or musical lingo in terms of her trash talking. Riot and the writers over there for the voice lines, very good job in my opinion. Even like some of these ping ones were very good because it was just like listen close. It was just like sound related or music related kind of things, even when it came just to the pings, right? Like so well done in my opinion. Okay, so if there's any in here that I didn't really understand, you guys please let me know. I think there was a couple of things in here. So these first couple interactions, Azir with the Shurima thing, does Azir say Shurima a lot? I don't know. We also have the Skarner stuff. The Skarner stuff is very interesting. The Brackern stuff. If you guys want to give me like a lowdown on all of the Brackern maybe in the comments, or we can wait because when the Skarner rework comes out finally, I will probably do like how I just did a reaction for Jax's rework and update. We'll probably do the same thing for Skarner if they're going to do like new voice lines and stuff for him. I don't know if Skarner actually even talks or not, but we'll have to check him out when Skarner fully comes out, especially because he's related to Seraphine. Very like these two being related to each other is very odd, but I don't know anything about Skarner, right? This one here with Caitlyn, it sounds like your gun likes you. Not sure what's going on with there. I've reacted to Caitlyn. Her gun's very normal, right? I mean, it's a cool gun, but I don't remember. Maybe I'm forgetting something, right? The Camille one, I'm assuming it's just because Camille is very like, there's nobody else like Camille. You know what I mean? And Camille is like one of my favorites. I reacted to her a long time ago, but she's like very much so one of my favorites that we've reacted to. The Jinx one makes sense. The Vi one makes sense. The Lux one makes sense. Oh, it was the Nico one that we didn't really understand because there's color related to Nico, I assume. Kha'Zix, she was just talking trash, calling him a freaking mantis shrimp. The Pentakill one, you know, that's I'm assuming related to the Pentakill video with the Yordles and everything in that one. Yeah, and there's like Yordles fleeing from like meteors and stuff, right? And that I recall. It's been a while since I've seen the Pentakill video. Going on with the rest of the voice lines here, towards the end, it got a little bit chaotic only because it wasn't like, it kind of got random in terms of what voice lines were coming out. You know, these were all grouped pretty well. At the beginning, I wasn't sure what was going on, but towards the end, so we had her long moves and she started reciting something almost. I thought maybe they were lyrics. I thought maybe it was a poem or a book or something, right? So you guys have to let me know. Like this every bad day makes a very good story. Every good story makes my songs less boring. Well, maybe not that one. There was like some of these right here. Rumors hurt more than sticks or stones. The words you say hit like bricks on bones. There was like a lot of rhyming towards the end here, right? And then there was that one random, like really deep one about, you know, us getting really close to death just to live. That one came out of nowhere. Yeah, some of these got really random at the end. So if there's any down here at the end, please let me know if I just didn't understand them, right? All right, guys. So overall, the Seraphine reaction, I thought this was fun. Again, I'm going to have to say she's probably the most wholesome champion in all of League of Legends. Tell me if there's somebody else more wholesome. Maybe Braum, right? Braum could probably be a contender. I know he's supposed to be like a super happy guy as well. So maybe I'm wrong in saying Seraphine is. Braum is probably maybe number one. Who knows? Anyways, her overall goal of wanting to bring Piltover and Zaun together, I think that's a very cool thing. And she wants to do it with music. And music is definitely one way that you can bring you know, humans closer to each other, in my opinion, right? That is one art form. I mean, art in general is a way of bringing people together of different, you know, races or backgrounds and things like that. So I think that it was cool that they made that kind of her outgoing goal in general, but specifically to the League of Legends story with Piltover and Zaun. And we know how Piltover and Zaun is. And, you know, with the Arcane stuff being kind of canon now, you know, we really see it in the Arcane show. And I'm excited to know that Arcane is coming back in November 2024. We're recording in 2023 November right now. So we got a whole year to go till we get Arcane. We'll probably do some reactions to that when that comes out. So cool. I think Seraphine's voice lines were actually one of the more fun ones because this was a little bit longer of a video. We haven't actually had a special interactions be this long in quite a while, because some of the champions we've been reacting to just haven't had as many voice lines, maybe because they're a little bit older. But anyways, these were really fun. I really enjoyed her voice lines. And usually what I like to do is I like to see where the champion could go in the future, possibly with lore or anything like that. Again, I don't know if they could even weave her in any way into into Arcane. Maybe there would be like a mention of her as like a, you know, just like there's a famous pop star, or we see her in the background of a scene like getting autograph, or, you know, signing autographs or something. You know what I mean? I think that'd be really cool to see her in Arcane, even if it's just like a little quick cameo. That would be really cool. But in terms of lore, you know, she's young. She's kind of just living in Piltover and trying to bring people together with music. And I think that's kind of a good place to just leave her. Just leave her here. Maybe she gets more and more famous. She comes out with more songs. But, you know, her goal of bringing Piltover and Zaun together, I think her goal in what she's doing right now with music, just continue doing it. Maybe we'll see progress with that in the future, but I don't really see anything else going on with Seraphine anytime in the near future, right? Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our reaction to Seraphine. This was a fun one. As always, please let me know in the comments who I should react to next. I would love to hear from you guys. Again, I prefer to do ones that do have voice lines, but eventually we're going to have to start doing some reactions where they don't really have too many, or they're like old or something, right? So just let me know in the comments, and please leave a thumbs up on the video. I'd really appreciate it. It just helps other people get to see it, and it helps, you know, YouTube know what you like to see on your recommended feed. And please consider subscribing to the channel. I do have a lot of League of Legends reactions. We're going to be reacting to other content soon. I only have so much time. I do work full time. I also stream from time to time. So, you know, I only get so much time to do these reactions, but I love doing them and I love uploading them and seeing you guys comments and everything like that. So if you want to see more of this, please subscribe. It really helped me out. So thank you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.